regardless if it was black men, right? And it's the same thing
Yeah.
with the alphabet community, right? It's all being hijacked, and then you got the migrant crisis, and so everything is hijacked by each other. But now, what other is anything other than a white man at this point?
The white man gonna be in trouble in the future
I think he already in trouble.
because,
I think it's over for white men.
well,
The most hated person in this country
yeah, I'm
is a
about to
white
say,
man. By far.
man,
We can get away with saying anything we want to fucking say.
but a white man can't.
Absolutely not, bro.
No, not a white man. And no, not a white guy. So he's, they in trouble. Yeah, they in trouble. So, but I'm telling people, homie, that's our biggest ally though.
Yeah.
In the world, the white man is that's our real ally in this world. He'll fight with us and for us, even while we're fighting against him.
Yeah.
The white man seems like he the only one still love this country and want to hold on to the values and the things and the rights and the privileges that we have only in this country.
It seemed like the ones that's preaching hope and joy, the Obamas, the Kamalas, it seemed like they creating a more divisive country. Because now everybody is drawing lines and saying, yo, you ain't black if you vote that way. Or I get more hate from people that look like me than from people that don't look like me.
Yeah, you and I both. Yeah. All my hate come from black people.
Yeah.
Because black people is a hateful group. They like their slave masters who once was hateful. White people ain't hateful no more. Niggas is. White people prejudiced. But homie, we hate anything and anybody. Instantly.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So you don't. We've became what we say we hate. The hateful racist white man. That's us now. We just got black skin.
Peace to all my gods and goddesses. This is another episode of the MarcoJah monologue tapes. And this episode is called Response to White Men Are Hurt video by Anton Daniels. I would say 10 days ago, Anton Daniels dropped a podcast with Charleston White, and I didn't watch it in its entirety, but I've watched a little clips, and I really had to respond to this video. Hopefully this video gets traction. Hopefully it gets some type of response from Anton Daniels or his supporters. But Anton Daniels and Charleston White, they were podcasting, and on a particular part, it said that they were basically saying that white men right now are the most scrutinized people right now in America. Charleston White says that only real hate that he really gets is mostly from black people. I'll say Anton Daniels is agreeing and saying the same thing, and he's saying that black people can, that's what Anton Daniels said, that black people can get online and say whatever they want to say, but white men cannot. I'm going to play the video before the tape stops. I'm sorry, before the tape starts. And it was very interesting to me. Now, I want to say that I'm pretty sure that Anton Daniels is a conservative. He's a Republican. He's a Trump supporter. I was watching a video of a panel that he had with a couple women and a couple men. And I see him last night wearing a MAGA hat, which I never thought he would do. And then as well, another woman as well on the panel last night that he had. He drops videos. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. I'll say Charleston. He's not really doing YouTube because how controversial he is. He just goes as a guest on different people's podcasts. Now, me myself, I consider myself a conservative, not necessarily a Republican. I lean more towards and agree with the Republican side. I believe that the Democratic Party, ever since Obama got into office, has turned into something else, turned radical, turned very immoral. But I as well will say that when Trump got into office, the Republican Party has turned extreme, has turned different, has turned extreme. On the Republican side, you have the alt-right, and then on the Democratic side, you have the LGBT community, which can push their agenda very aggressive on heterosexual people, a little too much sometimes. You have a group called Antifa, and then as well you have Black Lives Matter, which is a group that I never aligned myself with, a group I never agree with, and a group I never liked because I could see through them. And I'll say a year or two ago, they got exposed for scamming. But I want to respond to this video. Me personally, and I'm a huge fan of Anton Daniels, I don't agree that white men are the most hated and the most scrutinized group right now. I want to bring up a point. When Barack Obama was president, and I'm not the biggest Barack Obama fan, but I do believe that Barack Obama was a decent president, but I'm not a big fan of him because I didn't like how he promoted change and how he catered or pandered to the black community. And when he got into office, he really didn't do too much for black people or at all, but he helped other groups like the Hispanics, the LGBT community as well. So, and I saw through Obama, which a lot of us black people did, but I do believe that Barack Obama was a decent president. But when he was president, Barack Obama, as the first black president, something that I never ever thought I would live to see, had the most death threats out of any president that ever lived. One of the most I would say he got more scrutiny than Trump. And then as well, how disrespectful they was to Barack Obama. Talking about his wife, calling his wife a monkey, calling his wife a transsexual. Now, and the thing is that Barack Obama was one of the most poised, one of the most well-mannered, one of the best orators, gave the best speeches, one of the most charismatic presidents that we ever had. He walked on a tightrope, was very careful of what he said. Everybody said he paused he paused every like 5 seconds when he speaks, which is kind of funny. I saw a couple impersonations of Barack Obama from Godfrey, the comedian, one of my favorite comedians. Now, I would say Trump got a lot of hate, but that was because Trump um, behavior at times was very erratic and arrogant and immature. But I have to disagree that white men are the most hated and most scrutinized uh, men or group in this country, and I just disagree with it. Um, I'm a little disappointed in Anton Daniels. Not really too much with Charleston White because he says a lot of wild things. But really, my point is that a lot of white men are supporting the left radical agenda. They're supporting Black Lives Matter. They're supporting abortion. They're supporting feminists. They're supporting all that. A lot of white men are behind that. They are still, the white man is still in charge. Now the white man's power in in this country and all around the world is dwindling because people are waking up. But what Charleston White says, he just feels like the white man is the only man that really loves this country, and I honestly disagree. Um, I think the white man does what he does, either if he is on the Democratic or Republican side, to benefit himself. I don't think that conservative white men are they're talking about border control because they love their country. They're talking about border control mainly is because they don't want to. They have a fear of being the next minority in this country, which is going to happen in the next 20 to 30, 50 odd something years. I think it's a lot has to do with white men want to stay in power. They don't want to become the minority. They have the lowest birth rate, and they have white men um, from the beginning of time. Got Once he sailed all around the world and saw that most um, people in the world were not white, the white man always had an unconscious or conscious fear of being genetically wiped out. And this is something that I've studied. I've been studying for years. But that's why I feel like conservative white men want to close the borders. Now, the white man on the left, he wants the borders open so he can benefit and get more votes, and so the Democrats can stay in power, and as well to replace the African American workforce. And that's what I believe. But I don't. I gotta say, 100% disagree with Anton Daniels and Charleston White. It's a lot that I can say, and I know I'm bouncing back and forth, but I just want to get into a little personal. Me personally, man, I had the craziest year of my life, and in my life, I always kind of been an outcast, faced scrutiny. I always was a little controversial, But I'll say this year alone, man, I've been harassed by the police. I had people lie on me I had this woman lie to me with no proof, lied about me with no proof, said I touched her in February but reported it in May, wound up beating the case and got found not guilty because the woman's testimony kept changing and switching up. I've had the police called on me just for sitting down. During that time, I was homeless. Just for sitting down and someone getting me mixed up with somebody else begging for money outside when I don't have to beg for money. I make my own money. I had this one gas station clerk. I was in a bathroom for 20 minutes, taking my time just using the bathroom, and I was on my phone watching a YouTube video. I was about to get up and finish, and this one store clerk that was Pakistani started shaking the bathroom and kicking the stall and telling me to get out, and then got mad at me for rolling up in his face, and I got banned from the store. Then I said another time I went to a store that I got banned, and they accused me of stealing and had no proof, and got mad that I flipped out on them, and I got banned from another store. I would say the black man is one of the most hated, scrutinized group of people, not just in the United States, but in the world. Now, it's a lot of non-black people that date black men, but just like in the video, Anton Daniels was saying that the Jamaicans and Haitians and African immigrants, they don't mess with us. I'll say America has tarnished our image, has controlled our music, pushed negative images with our music, with the way we're portrayed in movies, in the media, and black people from other countries and black immigrants. They're told and raised and to tell their daughters to not date black men. You're not seeing you're not you're not white men are not being scrutinized at that level where an Indian man is telling his daughter don't date a black, or don't date a white man, or an Asian man is telling his daughter don't date a white man, or a Jamaican, Dominican, Puerto Rican, whatever, telling don't date black men. We get a bad rap, and they fear us. They fear us, and we're not even in control. We're not even in control, and they fear us. And us black, don't get me wrong, like a lot of black, it's a lot of out of control, degenerate ass black men out here. But I want to say that most black men in this country, we take care of our kids. We might not be have the best stable homes, but most of us black men, we take care of our kids. Most of us stay out of prison. Most of us we just trying to work and get a job and survive. We're not even power hungry, and we're not like the biggest on the entrepreneur side. Most of us were just trying to work, survive, and most of us are staying out of prison. Most of us are taking care of our kids. Most of us are walking on a tightrope. Like every day when I'm like walking these streets, if I meet a non-black person, it's always someone who looks at me a certain kind of way, with a certain kind of nervousness or agitation, or you know. But us black men, we get harassed by the police. We get we go to jail. We go to jail for crimes we don't commit, just based off someone lying or exaggerating the truth. And then as well, like it's a large, not to say every black woman, but it's a large amount of black women that are on YouTube, just spewing hatred, telling black women to not date black men or marry black men, and marry white men. Like, you could say anything you want to say about you could say anything you want to say about black men. You can you can. It doesn't get down off YouTube. I see white people, especially the white conservatives, people like Ben Shapiro, Candace Owens, talk crap about black men all the time, and it doesn't get taken down. But if you say one thing about a European white Jew, or say one thing online that you support Palestine and Hamas, then your channel and your post is going to be taken down. You know, and then as well, like, they tarnish our image in the media, in the music. There's so much conscious rappers. There's so much rappers with a good message that don't ever get to see the mainstream, or get to see worldwide exposure, all because these corporations are pushing this murder. And you could say, oh, that's the black man that's pushing all this drill, all this murder rap, but it's a corporation behind it, a machine behind it that's not owned by black people. Like, we get hated on by our own women. We get hated on by non-black people. We get ignored. We get ignored by the Republicans and the Democrats. There's no promises. There's no, I guess Kamala Harris this year said that she'll legalize marijuana and release black men from prison if she gets, elected president. But that's all that we get. Nobody respects us, and don't let us not have any money. So I mean, we even get hatred and neglect from our own mothers and our own fathers at times. Us black men, we don't have any positive role models to look up to, or we have to fail and fail and fail and fail till we get it right. So I mean, and then it was a part of the video that Charleston White said that we're gonna have to come together with white men, and that black people is most of his haters, and black people just hate everything. And I just get tired of black people and non-black people they always have to generalize us with the bottom of the barrel, low hanging fruit black people. Because most of us black people, we're not in the ghetto. I know it's so hard to believe, everybody, but most black people, we're not in poverty. We're not in the ghetto. That was a certain amount, a certain percent of black people that are. But I see Charleston White be online all the time, spewing hatred, doing ignorant stuff, spewing hatred, talking about people's kids, which I be thinking is funny. I but I agree a lot with Charleston White says, especially his stance on the gangs and the street life, and him coming from that as a juvenile. And I heard his story, but not all black people are like that, or is hateful. I'll say black people that's the low hanging fruit, the ghetto, whatever you call them, ratchet black people, yes, are like that. But us regular, decent black people, we're not like that. And I just would say Charleston Wright, he spews hatred. He does ratchet, wild, immature behavior too. And this man is like in his mid to late 40s. So I just felt like I had to respond to this video, and I just feel like, man, that I understand that the Democrats, the left, is being extreme, but I would say both parties, they're not for us black people. They don't care about us. They're trying to replace us, and they're trying to make it like the conservative right, the heroes. They try to make us choose sides between red and blue, all because they're standing for conservative values, when white men are just trying to look out for themselves and keep the country how it always used to be. I do believe the country needs to change, but the change that the Democrat left is pushing is that it's just, to me, just pure evil. And the what the conservative right is just trying to push is just to try to keep things the same way it is. And I just think the conservative right are trying to benefit white men first. They're not trying to benefit all people. Now, I do believe that conservative right, they tax less, but the the Republicans and the Democrats both have a history of putting black people in mass incarceration, flooding drugs in the community, building prisons. You can't trust both. You can't trust the red and the blue. Us black people, we gotta trust ourselves. And I'm tired of black people from the left and black people from the right trying to get us to pick a side, when us black people were all that we have. And you're not going to see me wearing no MAGA hat. You're not going to see me pushing for Trump. I do think he's a better option, but I don't like Trump. I'm not even going to say I like Trump. I just don't care for him. I feel like Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, I feel like we should have had better choices. I feel like it's way more better people qualified for the job. But at the end of the day, people don't vote off policy. People vote off a popularity contest and off their emotions. And Trump riles people's emotions. I believe Trump embarrasses our country at times. He has immature, arrogant behavior. Is nothing honorable about him. I feel like he's too old for the job. Um, I feel like he wants to run the his cabinet, his administration, with a whole bunch of yes men, and he does borderline or he does illegal things, allegedly. I don't think he has a good moral compass, but I think he's just like any other president, but he's just out and bold with it because of how arrogant he is. But that's all I'm gonna say, y'all. It's a lot that I can say. I don't want to say too much because I want to post this video both on my YouTube and Rumble. And lately, I've been trying to watch what I say. I do want to drop more Rumble exclusive videos, which I am gonna do in the future. But as for right now, I've been wanting to post both on my YouTube and Rumble to give my channels more traction. But before I go, I want to say God is the greatest. I want to say peace to all my gods and goddesses and all righteous families of the earth. And I just want to tell, black people from the left and right, stop trying to get us to pick a side. It's time for us to come together, get out of the politics, stop relying and putting faith in the government. This government is not going to save us. They're going to save themselves. They don't, even the Democrats don't have no type of interest in black people, especially black men. And we can't be strong unless our men is strong. We need to stop tearing each other down and making us look bad in front of other non-black people. We need to stop doing that. But peace, y'all.